very nice. Would you like down? Okay, say hi to everybody. No? Okay. Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We have a special show this afternoon. Myles has been filming the reassembly of his 1966 Plymouth Sport Fury project. We painted it here a few months ago, I guess probably midwinter. Anyway, he's plowing through the reassembly on the car, and once it's finished, we're going to be doing a full review and test drive of the car, which I'm very much looking forward to. This has been filmed by Myles over the last several weeks. I can tell you guys I've seen the car and it looks fantastic. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. Thanks so much to Myles for going out of his way to film all this stuff for us and you know, keeping us up to date on this. Myles actually lives about 45 minutes away from here, so it's almost impossible for me to get over there and film whatever he's working on. So he's taken it upon himself to film it for us. So thanks again, buddy. Hope you guys enjoy, and we'll leave it to Myles to show us the reassembly and I believe front and rear end work and wheels and tires for the 1966 Plymouth Sport Fury. Cheers. What a good girl.
Another day. I thought I'd get a little bit done. I've got a couple hours to play with. Fury is looking great so far. So today's project, I've gone ahead and mocked up all the chrome on the back window. And it looks like I have all the right pieces. The pieces have been cleaned, but somehow we forgot to deal with that. There's a nice big dent in there, about an inch long. So I'm going to take a pause and set up my bench over there and see if I can bang out that chrome. I had planned to glue that in place and tape it down and then get on these a little bit. Dad was doing some cleaning for me and they look pretty good, but inside here there's a bit of rust where the chrome just didn't have much chance. Was probably very, very light in the corner, and it started rusting, being left outside, I'm sure. So I think I'm going to try and clean up those and maybe put some bright silver paint or some wax or something on them just to prevent that from getting any worse. Okay, we got through that little project. Most of the clips are broken or rusted off, so I filled the seam. The rear window seal was leaking as well. Last time I washed the car before I painted it, or we painted it, there was water in the trunk, so I filled the entire outer seal between the rubber and the body with urethane, and then placed everything, all the chrome pieces in, and glued it all down. So we'll give that a day or two to harden and dry, wipe off any excess, peel the tape, and that is done. Got to do a front end kit, got to swap some gears back here, and finish putting a few things together in the interior. So lots to do still. Okay, now that the outside's all completed, all the chrome is on, I jump back into the interior, and if you can see in there, I've gone ahead and coated everything with Rust Check inside both doors, the rear front wheel quarter area, same over here, back inside the trunk, and folded the mat back down. So everything's soaked. Next I would like to put interior panels on, get the back seat put inside, and they've got some little covers over here that kind of hide these gaps, clean things up a little bit. And just go ahead and assemble a few things. I already went ahead and stuck the seat belts in, Dad cleaned all those up for me, very kind of him. And yeah, we'll get cleaning this stuff up. I just hit this with a vacuum, and I'm going to hit it with a little vinyl and rubber cleaner, get that going. Back seat's already ready to go, looks great. And I'll dig a few more panels out over there and carry on. We'll see how far we get today. Working away at trying to get a few of these pieces together, and it'd be fair to say that I don't really remember how this goes back together. It's been a few years. So I've got seat belts in there. I think the package tray can remain. I've got some of the spacers up on the side there. And I keep putting stuff on and then discovering I have to take it back off to put the next piece on. So I stripped it all apart again. I went ahead and just cleaned up everything. All the parts, the related parts of the back seat. I'm going to try and put door panels on. Screws around somewhere for that guy. These clips hold some of those spacers, those fill panels that I've talked about. You can kind of see the lip there from these guys going on. So anyway, what is this, the third try? Well, we're going to put some stuff together and see what happens. That wasn't too bad. Officially, it was the 4th attempt to install the rear seats and the door panels that actually won. However long it takes, it's done. Got the headliner spears done in the corner as well. Dress that up. The side here, you can kind of see some of the filler panels that they put in here. I believe it's Sport Fury only. Maybe it's VIP as well. I don't know VIPs that well. But yeah, that'll do just fine, I think. Looks awesome. Not sure if I updated this or not, but I got the door panel all cleaned up and installed on the Sport Fury. And then I realized that I don't have my lock set yet. So that's just going to have to come off again. So I cleaned up the other one, but I'm not going to install it for now. Unfortunately, the lock set's like 2 weeks away, so that really sucks. Fought with A-pillar chrome, the windshield chrome across the top. Got that all done. Got the sun visors up there. That was quite a bit of hunting and pecking. The brackets did not line up the way I really thought they would. Quite strange, but whatever. That's the way they want to be. So, yeah, even these little guys inside. That was a bit of a bitch, because of course I put the outer piece on first. And I had to loosen everything and fight this guy down inside afterwards because it's got to be inside. And yeah, that was fun. Anyway, got that all wrapped up. So, coming together, looking really nice. Spent a few minutes just cleaning up this seat. The cover is ripped and shredded in a few different areas, but I did not find a solution to that yet. So they're going to have to do for now. Maybe I'll put some covers on it or something. On a more positive note, got some tires mounted on the Keystone Classics. So those are ready to stick on. I do have nuts and washers too, I believe. Just need some caps for those rims. I think they're 3 1/4 inch or something. So interior's more or less finished. Still waiting for the lock kit, but for now I think I'll just stick the seat back in there and get it out of my way. Wifey's going to want to bring her toy home soon for the summer, and I've got a lot of crap to clean up just to make her a little space. So a couple of these rims are pretty rough. I did pick these up used, and you can see that the paint is flaking off and there's a bit of corrosion underneath these rims. So I'm cleaning them up with a fine steel wool. Rough them up pretty good, and I'll wipe them down with some pre-cleano and hit them with some paint. And once they're clean and have some paint on them, they look a little bit better. So I'm going to play with that for a little bit tonight. Get these ready to put on, and then we'll dig out a sure grip. get started putting that in. But for now, that looks pretty nice. I mean, I have overspray there, but I'll just rub that off with the fine steel wool and that'll look great. Okay, that's a second rim cleaned up, sprayed for now. I got a little overspray over the edges, but again, some fine steel wool. I'll wipe that up. That'll look great. I just got to chase down some caps for these wheels. Unfortunately, they didn't come with caps. But a little bit of work, and they look fantastic. That'll be good enough for this old girl. It's up in the air for now because it's time to attack the rear diff and the front end. So we'll get on that soon. Before I get too dirty tonight pulling apart that front end, I just wanted to throw my armrests in a little SEM dye. Trying to match maroon as close as we can. Going with Napa red. Maroon's a little too dark. These are the original color. I've gone over them with wax and grease remover just to clean them up as best we can. And you can see that the original ones just did not survive wherever it was abandoned for however many years. So these are repop replacements. Kind of hard to see the detail, but they're pressed in there. They're very similar to the factory. I just noticed that you lose the stitching effect. Whatever, the castings get dirty or they just never put it in there. So pretty close overall, but we're going to go ahead and try to get those close to factory color. And if they're way off, then we'll hit the backs just to get everything to match. Okay, I busted into the front end, broke everything loose. You can see, managed to bust the upper ball joint loose. Got the lower ball joint to pop loose. Got the strut rod nuts off. I think I've got everything loosened up back here. And tomorrow I'll start smacking those out. It's getting late tonight, so I'm kind of calling it. I did remember years ago to do all the brakes, so I don't have to worry about doing those again. And this is unhooked on purpose for now. Take this bolt off, and that's kind of in the way. And I guess there's a special socket to unscrew the upper ball joints. So my buddy Fury Dave's going to come through with that. Forgot to mention these turned out great. Oh, looks like I forgot a spot. I have to get inside those screw holes. That was kind of hiding on me. But overall, very nice. Okay, next step, we're going to use this special tool that my buddy Fury Dave lent me. You can see it's kind of got square edges on it. And it's designed for the top ball joint here. It's got 4 sides on it anyway. This is the right socket. I've got to unscrew the damn thing, and so far it does not want to move. And I heated it up already, so we might heat it up again, put the right tool on it, and see if we win. See how this goes. Oh, yeah. Wasn't sure if that was going to happen. Maybe the previously heating it up just loosened things enough for me. Oh, it's awesome. Okay, Well, it's loose for now. We can come back and figure out our order of disassembly. I think I've loosened up all the tie rods. Getting the right tool certainly makes your life easier. This was awesome. Thanks, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, that's awesome. Not bad, because I did not heat this side, and I did not previously lube this side. So, I don't know, I just get lucky, or this is just one hell of a tool. Okay, so you can see I've busted the tie rod loose over here. I've busted the inner tie rod loose there. You've got a nice gap right there I can stick the light into. There is no gap on the pitman arm yet, and or the idler arm. So let's tackle busting those two loose, and then we can come back, break the pitman arm nut loose and the idler arm, drop that stuff out of the way. Alright, well that was the first level effort. It was low. We're going to try to rig something a little better. Put a little more time into the Fury today. Busted the rest of the front end loose. Dropped the lower control arms. Here they are right here. Strut rods are out. Strut rods. I believe the story on this car is that it hit the ditch after being rear-ended, and it looks like the front end took some force, because I'm pretty sure those strut rods are supposed to be straight. They were on my Coronet anyway. Ask my other C-body guys, but I'm pretty sure they need to be straight. No surprises with the sway bar. Swap the bushing, slap that back together. Thanks to my buddy Lawrence, he gave me a heavy duty pitman arm puller, and that popped off nice and easy. I don't know if I can show you in here, but there's keyways in the pitman arm, so as long as your steering wheel is generally center and you know what position this was angled at, then you should be able to stick it back in the same groove, no problem. Inner tie rods, I think these ones are reverse thread, these are regular thread, I think. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I'll work on busting those loose next, because they haven't been unscrewed in 50 years, I'm sure. Definitely not in the last 20 when I owned it. Idler arm is pretty toast. I mean, maybe not. The idler arm might be okay, but the pitman arm sure was. I could grab it and just rock it back and forth inside its housing. So anyway, we've got a little more work just to take that all apart and start swapping in new pieces. I think what I'd like to do first though is swap in the upper ball joint. I've got the old one out here on the ground right here. We'll get on that after we have ourselves a little break. Just a quick little update. We've got the upper ball joints in, attached to the spindle, so that the brake line is no longer at risk of being torn off or cracked, ripped, whatever. So that's all good. Both sides are done. So we've got the uppers back in already. That feels good. Put some time into the strut rod. Both of them were bent pretty similar. One was a little worse than the other. I just did a little research online to make sure that they were supposed to be straight, and then I went ahead and stuck it in my press over here. I might as well take this guy over here. God, is pretty rough, but I'll put that up on its straight edge, start pressing it down, hammer around it, try and realign the atoms and hold it in place, and we'll straighten that guy out. Okay, we've got tie rods replaced on the sleeve on both sides, and I thought I'd go ahead and touch up a little bit of paint at the same time. So I'm still waiting on my pitman arm to show up and my lower ball joints to show up, but the idler arm can go ahead and be installed next. Okay, a little press and hammer time, and we have a couple straight strut rods ready to reinstall. So no worries there. We have new bushings, new nuts. We can put that together, but we're waiting on lower inner control arm rod bushings. I kind of forgot to order those. Since we've gone this far, we might as well do them. They're a little cracked and beaten up. It still feels tight, but they definitely show their age. So we might as well help them out. Feels like a good day. I think I can wrap it up.
Hey guys, thanks so much for checking it out. That was a lot of fun, and nice to see another old Plymouth Fury going back on the road. As you may have noticed, I am a fan of that type of car. We'll be pulling all of the old Plymouth Furies outside here soon enough, and getting together when Myles brings his over for a full test drive and review, probably coming up in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, we'll see everybody in a couple of days, and thanks so much. Cheers. Okay, see you later. Is a regular contributor.
Same old shit.